Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Tuesday workout. Let's begin with 2 rounds through the following sequence: a 200-meter jog, then come back in. We're going to do 5 burpee jumps. So the purpose of the burpee jump is stretching out your posterior chain, prepping for the burpees, but also preparing and practicing the foot position of the burpee that is most efficient and helps your knees out, helps your back out, right? So I'm a huge fan of a wider stance for the burpees, unless you're very flexible and you can get your palms flat to the ground right at the tips of your feet, right? With your feet relatively narrow. I generally go like well wider than shoulder width for my burpees. But the burpee jump, hands flat to the ground. So this is important. I don't want my fingers tented up like this, right? And I don't want to just barely put any weight on the ground or like jump at the same time that I'm planting my hands. I want to plant my hands flat with weight on my feet as well, right? And now I'm just shifting weight to my hands, kicking my feet out into that plank position, and then piking up and planting those feet again, right? But I'm never picking my hands up off the ground for the burpee jump. So we're doing 5 reps of that. Then we're popping up for power jumps. So the purpose of the power jump is a little bit different than the burpee jump. It is practicing the quick hip extension followed by the retreat of the hips or the dropping of the hips, the same way that we will do when we perform a power clean or a jerk, okay? And that's coming up in the workout. So I have my hands out front, my body's in the power position. I'm slow motion here. I'm gonna jump, hips full extension, and then as I land, as soon as my toes touch the ground or the balls of my feet touch the ground, I'm punching my hips immediately back down into that power position. So it's up and then right back down. Okay, and that will mimic the movement of the hips if you watch when I do my clean or my jerk, okay? So again, it's just additional movement practice, mental and physical repetition of that movement pattern to make your workouts better so that you don't have to think about them as much. All right, last one is just some big arm circles. So getting the shoulders in the overhead position prepped for the clean and jerk as well as the burpees, right? 20-minute AMRAP is the format for the workout today. So we will all start at one time, 3, 2, 1, go. Everybody starts on the same movement, and then you just work through the sequence of exercises until the time has expired. And at the end of this workout, your rounds and reps that you got of the circuit is your score for the day. So the first exercise is 8 reps of a dumbbell clean and jerk per arm. Does not have to be alternating, but it can if you want to. And you may want to break it up because it's a 50-pound dumbbell for the guys, 35-pound dumbbell for the ladies. But clean and jerk, so 2 movements. Start touching the ground, back's in a good position. Perform a dumbbell clean, and then a jerk. All right, that's it. So ground to shoulders, shoulders to overhead, and you can switch hands if you want to. All right, dumbbell clean and jerk. 8 reps per side, and then we're gonna do burpees to a target for today. The target is going to be, the RX standard is 12 inches above your max vertical reach. So for me, this bar right here would be a great one, right? And what that means is I'm gonna do my burpee, and then every rep, to finish the rep or count the rep, I gotta touch that bar that's a foot over my vertical reach. You can do this to the wall, just pick a cinder block or a line in the wall. You could pick, if you're taller, you can pick a wall ball target. Anything that is above your vertical reach, and it does not have to be like the metal of the rig. It could be a wall, or it could be anything else around here, okay? 25 ab mat sit-ups is next. So ab mat sit-up, make sure when you go down, the back of your head, your shoulders, and your fingertips all touch the ground at the same time. And then on the way up, try to keep your butt from jumping, right? So when I'm down, I don't want my hips up high in the air and then slam to the ground and sit up. I want to keep my hips on the ground the whole time to help stretch out your abdominals and make them do more work when you do it. And then we'll finish the whole sequence with a 400-meter run to the opposite side of 6th Street and back. Make sure you watch out for cars, watch out for slick roads, and that's it for today for 20 minutes. Have a great one. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.